Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and welcome back to another Upgrades and Deluxifications video. In this series, we take a look at upgrades and deluxifications for your favorite games, or possibly soon-to-be favorite games. We have a bunch of things we'll be going over today. We have a bunch of stuff for Last Light from Andrea Creative. We have the holofoil upgraded cards from Unconcious Mind, which are oh so amazing. We have this little Primal 3D tracker from One Sharp Joe, which we'll be showing you a little bit more, as well as a 3D printed insert that I made with my bamboo printer. And then we have this little semi-Christmas, semi-just fun little trackers from Vegas Geek 3D. And then finally we'll be finishing off with an unboxing of the newest set from Star Wars Unlimited, the newest, promo set from all the fun things in Star Wars Unlimited. As usual, this series is sponsored by Top Shelf Gamer. There'll be a link down below. You can check that out using, using that link so that they know I sent you, and also so that you can get a little discount on whatever Top Shelf Gamer order you want to place, for whether it's sleeves, metal coins, inserts, board game upgrades, custom tokens, any number of deluxified and upgraded bits. Check out Top Shelf Gamer for all your general upgrades for some of your favorite games. With that, let's go ahead and start this off. How do we want to do this? Let's tackle Last Light first, because Last Light is on the table. We'll probably do Star Wars last, and timestamps down below to everything you want to see. So, Andrea Creative, they have a bunch of upgrades for a bunch of games. Thunder Road Vendetta is a big one they have. Other ones that I'm not recalling. I'm trying to remember which ones they have. Thunder Road Vendetta is a big one. I believe, I'm trying to remember. I don't know all the games offhand of what they have, but right now we're focusing on Last Light. So Last Light, they have a few things going on. They have these little trackers for your planets over here. And I should note, I currently have the retail copy of Last Light, which is not as good for showing this off because some of the things work nicely. You'll put little miners over here on these tokens there. And similarly, on these planets, you have a little spot to place these, so you can put your little mines on those planets, your little things that will harvest resources from those planets. So these are just nicer ways, and these pop straight in and out. They fit perfectly, by the way. Like, they can be shaked, and not shooken. They can be shooken and not fall out, or they can just pop out. So they work beautifully as far as these go. That's true for these planets as well. They also have these little deluxified little tokens for, not tokens, these are rocks, actual rocks that you can add to your planet, so you can have a, more actual planetoid pieces as opposed to the plastic ones that you can get in the deluxe version of Last Light from Great Box Games. They also have component holders. So over here we have some of our tokens over here and cards in this holder. And then we also have this one over here holding your little energy cells, or whatever they're actually called, these resources in the game. And again, these actually work better with the deluxe because this holds them in there so you can see what's in them and then draw from them as you need to. But again, you get all those deluxified resource tokens from there. And then when you're done with all that, which means we're going to have to move these off to the side and hope we don't spill things off the board or whatnot, because I'm going to take all these. Give me 1 second to... Oh no, I'm making a mess of things. Give me a second to drop these off and hopefully not lose stuff. Grab these rocks, which we'll deal with later. And then, lastly, moving the board off to the side as well, because I want to show you the other, your own personal player dashboard, which I think is arguably the nicest one. This was going to drop on the floor, because I feel that's going to work as far as letting us get this all out of the way. Okay, which brings us to this little component tracker for your own personal board, because they have these as well, where you can basically have everything stored on your personal board, from the cards you've played, the cards you have, your various resources, the light you've gathered, your personal player board with all the upgrades. This holds, various, your player rate up here, your things up here, your graveyard. So all of this is handled incredibly nicely on this personal board as well, which again, I will then take off camera. So that's over here, that's your Last Light. Again, the one critique I have of this is that it really is designed to work better with the deluxe version of the game. So if you don't have that, I think you're not getting the full benefit from it. Still enjoyable, but definitely get more of the benefit from the full deluxe version of the game. From there, let's go ahead and do something small over here. This is the Primal health tracker for the monster from One Sharp Joe. So this over here, it gives you your little health dial over here. You can rotate your dials to track the health of the monster. If you've played Primal, you'll know that the monster health can be very, very high, especially at higher levels, especially at higher player counts. So you can track any individual level of the monster. If you're trying to get to, let's say, 20 health per player, you can go ahead and track until you get to that 60, and then from there, just reset and go back to 0 and go to the next wound point. Now, you might ask, well, sometimes you can have over 200, over 100 on a monster. So in that case, he actually added this, because many times you won't need more than 100, so you wanted a tracker that is flexible to that. So this over here, it just magnetizes straight on, and that way, when you need to get to 100 or 200 or 300, you have all of that. This is structured similar to his Lorcana trackers. If I've shown you those, I'm sure I'll show you them again. But basically, these are sets of magnets that all go together, and that goes on top, and these all plug together beautifully to give you that little Primal health tracker for the monster with that little Primal shape and whatnot. I am hoping he does some more of these for Primal, some more gizmos and gadgets, but that is definitely That's definitely a solid one over there. From there, let's go ahead and show you my Things and Rings insert. So I got a bamboo printer. You can check out my full video on that. But since then, I have done a lot of various toys in it, as well as a bunch of inserts. And you'll be seeing in this upgrade series, you'll be seeing inserts here and there that I've done with it. This one over here is an insert for Things and Rings. And this nicely holds these components for there. They all beautifully fit in your little nun. And this is, by the way, printed with a bamboo printer. I'll have a link to that down below. It's a referral link. You don't get any discount, but if you are buying one anyway, I get a bit of a referral commission from that, so it's appreciated. But this over here is printed with a bamboo printer, the PS1, and this particularly is their red marble color, which I think is beautiful, especially depending on what you're doing. I use different colors for different things. Sometimes I use just straight up black, especially when I'm building a larger insert. Like I'll show you my Primal insert in another video. That's a large insert that takes 2 full spools, which means I'd rather go with something cheap that's like, you know, a $12 roll of some basic primal, some basic color, as opposed to this marble one. It's a little more expensive, so I save it for when, you know, smaller inserts. But I do think it looks beautiful with this Things and Rings. So we have the rules underneath here. We have the surface layer over here. You pick this up, you grab your rules as you need to. You could put it on top, but honestly, I think that it looks cooler to open the box and see those straight off the bat. And then from there, you have all of these cards stored in here. Now I'm going to take this out because I think it's, well, cool to show you it, but you don't actually need to ever take this out. I'm just doing it because I want to show you the insert because I think it's cool. So we have all our cards. We have our marble insert over here, and this is going to store all the cards. It will not fit sleeve cards, so you do need to be mindful of this. This particular insert won't fit sleeve cards, but you have all the basic things over here, and then you have, let me push this off to the side, you can track where they are as well. You have your various challenge cards over here, and then the little rubber bands spool up nicely in there. So again, gives you everything you need in a beautiful little insert. This is printed with the bamboo printer that I have. We'll have more of these in future videos. From there, let's go and show you the hollow foil cards. The hollow foil cards over here, these are from Unconcious Mind, which is incredible. I'll have more thoughts and opinions on that later, but I mean, I did my review of the prototype way back when, and to that end, I'm specifically holding off and doing another review until I can dive into all the new content. But once I do so, I'll probably do another full video on Unconcious Mind because I think it's fantastic. Spoilers too, or at least currently I think it's fantastic, but I assume that will stay the same. I've already played the prototype 3 or 4 times, and I've played the newest version, the final game, just once so far, so more time is needed. But what you don't need more time for is these hollow foil cards. These are beautiful cards that give you all the dreams, illustrated by Andrew Bosley. You get all the dreams and nightmares on these that just give you that extra level of just look at those sheen. Look at these cards. They're beautiful. Like, I mean, in general, the game's art is incredible. Art by Vincent Trait, but the dream cards are by Andrew Bosley, giving you that kind of separation of immersion, 2 different art styles for the 2 different settings you'll have. But these cards, the art is all beautiful, and getting the hollow foil treatment on them is absolutely insane. Again, like, going through these in your game is just, honestly, one of my bigger critiques of the game is you don't get enough time to really appreciate the art in this, and these cards will help you. Look at that, it's a sickle floating in midair for no reason whatsoever. These cards will give you a different reason to look again at the cards you have in your game because they're beautiful. They're beautiful to look at. That's what they come down to, this extra sheen on them. So if you can get your hands on these in one way or another, I definitely recommend it because they're very, very cool and very, very premium. From there, let's go ahead and take a look at my Vegas 3D trackers. So I've shown in a previous video, actually I believe Meg showed in a previous video. Meg showed in a previous video the Vegas 3D 10x10 challenge board. And he has a few other things over here for, well, first of all, a 5x1 challenge board. So over here, that's not true, a 5x5 challenge board. We have the 1 challenge boards, we'll do those soon. So over here, these are challenge boards that you can track, again, with magnets over here. So you have your little, do these fall out? They don't fall out, look at that, good. I wasn't sure if they would, I didn't try it. But over here, these are going to track your challenges. So, for example, right now I can tell you that, actually, I think Harmonies is actually already done. We can actually, I have my 5 plays of Harmonies. Aquatica, I only have 2 plays this year. Unconcious Mind is over here, so we got 1 play of that. I gotta take these off. Let's show you my stats right now. Loop, I have 1 play, I think, this year. Although it depends on when you start tracking. If you track from when I have these, and Lord of the Rings Duel, I think I'm done already. So here's my challenge board. This is my current challenge board, I believe, for plays I have this year of these games. Aquatica twice, the Loop once. Lord of the Rings Duel, I have all 5 plays. Harmonies, I've played. I guess it depends if you count online. Honestly, no, I'm gonna count online. If you count online plays, I've played it at least 5 times, because I played it twice at Dice Tower West. I may have played it 5 times even in person as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I have 2 plays online, 2 plays at Dice Tower East, not West, and then 2 plays after that. So I think I have 6 plays total, but I have to double check. Oh no, solo too. No, I didn't do solo. Either way. But yeah, that's what I have right now. But again, I wouldn't need to do that. This is your challenge board. You can go ahead and use whatever deluxe tokens of these. So you can get custom ones of these, of the various games. And there you go. Your Harmonies, Aquatica, Unconscious Mind, Lord of the Rings, Duel for Middle Earth, and The Loop. These are my current 5x1 challenges. But again, you can proxy these in to your different boards. So once you get these tokens, you can swap them in for any boards and set whatever challenges you want. And if those are too much for you, and I know this is a little late, I apologize, but this I believe is meant to be a more Christmas or a Christmas tree oriented as a little ornament. But you have a 3x1 challenge board. This is great in particular for those big games. Honestly, had I known that he was this is great. This is a good motivation for games that you haven't gotten to the table for the first, that you haven't gotten to the table. Oh, there's a few motivations. Okay, so the 3x1s can be useful for things like actually for Christmas night or pick your holiday when you have more of a game night goal and we want to play these 3 games and then we're gonna knock them out. It can be useful to get games to the table that you haven't yet and then go ahead and again, because of the reusable nature, you can then transition these and you can say, you know, I finally tabled Inish, so now I'm gonna swap it into my 5x board and I'm gonna go ahead and try to play that because I've actually done all my Harmonies plays, and you continue the cycle, never actually fulfilling your goals, but always chasing perfection, and if perfection is board games, I'm okay with that. But yeah, these are beautiful as far as the general presentation. You can pick whatever games you want. You can get basic text on a game when it doesn't have that much art, or you can actually have something more going on when he puts that little extra work into these little tokens. So that's kind of what's going on with this Vegas 3D inserts. And then he has this, which again, I assume is meant as a Christmas ornament, but it comes with a stand too. So you can hang your little Dune Imperium over here. If you're a big fan of Dune Imperium, having that on your Christmas tree as an ornament is definitely a nice thing to have. And then you can go ahead and place it on your pedestal if you don't destroy it while you're building it. If you don't destroy it, you can go ahead and place it on your pedestal over here, so somebody can go ahead and check it out there. That's your Vegas 3D tokens and whatnot. And with that, I think we're gonna go ahead and go to our Star Wars Unlimited unboxing. We'll take these. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put these back in now because I need to go organize these properly because I have my full 10x10 challenge board elsewhere. It's upstairs, and I need to figure out what I actually want. Do I want a 10x10 for Unconscious Mind? Honestly, Unconscious Mind, I'm fine with a 5x. That's the nice thing about this because it can be overwhelming to try to decide to play a game 10 times. To have a 5x5 board or a 3x3 board or a 3x1 board, having that flexibility as far as what your challenges are or will be, definitely gives you a lot of incentive to pick games that are right for that particular challenge and not overcommit in a way that just won't get done. Okay, let's go ahead and move these off over here. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and dive into this thing. This thing comes out as soon as you lift it wrong. If you lift it right, you're fine. You just need to make sure to lift it from, there we go. Anyways, from there, we're going to go ahead and dive into our Star Wars Unlimited unboxing. And Star Wars Unlimited is a game that I do want to dive in a bit more. See, I've been diving into Lorcana a lot with my daughter. I've talked about that in a few videos. This is over here our Star Wars set. This is the Star Wars, intro set and whatnot, or this is the promotional set and whatnot. But it shows you a lot of the things you can get, from playmats to, well, sleeves, to the various boosters, which will open some, to the deck boxes, the pre-release set, and the 2-player starter set. And let's start with the playmats, because then we can put all the cards onto things that are nice. Now, I've played some Star Wars Unlimited, not nearly enough. I've been playing a lot of Lorcana. Just played a game last night. Where's my knife? My knife is over here, because this needs to be cut open. But I played some Lorcana last night with my daughter. I've been enjoying that a lot. And my son, I want to play some Star Wars Unlimited with, but I haven't yet done so with him. I've played Star Wars Unlimited. He's excited about the theme more so than anything else, and honestly, it'll be good because from my children, I have 4 kids. My daughter likes Lorcana a lot. One of my children likes Star Realms a lot, so he's really enjoying that. Oh my gosh, look at this playmat. This is amazing. This art is insane. My son's name is Yoda. So for my children, again, one likes Star Realms, one likes Lorcana, and then my son named Yoda likes Star Wars. I bet you can't imagine why. And honestly, I'm not even that much of a huge Star Wars fan to begin with. I like the Star Wars universe. I watch it all, but I'm not like, oh my gosh, I love Star Wars. But his nickname became Yoda because his name was Yaakov Daniel, and that kind of the Y and the D, it worked and it became Yoda. And then from there, he obviously is primed to like Star Wars content. So he's going to like that playmat a lot. This one is probably a little less, specific to him. Although this one has, this one has what's it called? Has spots on your board. So this one has, actual areas. I like that. I'm torn now because I like the Yoda artwork one better. But this one does give you, the actual areas, your units over here for your different unit areas, your initiative counter, your deck, your leader, your base, deck and discard, and all your resources over here. So it gives you that extra level of playability. But I am going to go ahead and put this off to the side because I like the Yoda one better for showing you all these things. Honestly, if I'm going to show you all the stuff, having less stuff in the background is probably better. Let's put that back in here. We'll roll it up properly later. Oh, it's bothering me a little bit. Let's just shake it. at least that's even. Alright, from there, let's open a few boosters. So, in general, like I said already, I have played Star Wars Unlimited. I need to play more. I don't need to play more of it. I want to play more of it because, again, that will give me another game to specifically be that kid's game. My kids like games in general. I have 4 already, like I said already, but my youngest doesn't necessarily have a deck game that he would play because deck games require a lot more reading, which means it's less of a good fit for a younger child who can't read quite as much. I'm not going to open all the boosters, but I'll show you some of them. In fact, I'll zoom in and drop more so we can see a little better. Well, let's get Yoda a little bit more in frame because that seems cool. There we go. Look at that shot. That's a beautiful shot. All right, we got Anakin over here. Again, my kids and I just watched through the entire like 9 movies. We'll be going through the TV show soon. We've already watched The Mandalorian because you have to. We've outspoken representative, B2 Legionnaires, Strategic Analysis, Knight of the Republic, Pelta Supply Frigate, Holdout Blaster, Creative Thinking, ETA-2 Light Interceptor, Tridor Suppressor, Reprocess, Death by Droids, Heavy, Stila Guerrera, and then Headhunter Squadron. And I will be the first to admit that I don't know what these cards are worth. Like, I have no clue, like, the relative value of any individual card, because I don't play this enough yet to know the expensive cards in the set. So, if I unbox a particularly expensive card and you think it's a particularly good card, let me know. I'll check at some point, I'm sure, but either way, we have Jango Fett as our leader over here. We have Lair of Grievous over here. And then we have Coruscant Guard, Series Officer, Outspoken Representative again, B2 Legionnaires again, Old Access Codes, Trade Federation Shuffle, Wolfpack Escort, Political Pressure, Droid Starfighter, Providence Destroyer, Self-Destruct, Low Altitude Gunship over here, and then our rare is going to be Petronaki Arena over here as our rare. And then we have Bold Resistance over here for our Foil Unlimited, and that's a little bit of Amidala over there, which again, my youngest is actually funny. My youngest is, he has fallen, he's 5, and he's fallen hard for like Amidala and Leia. He's obsessed with them. He's like very into the pretty girls in Star Wars already as a 5-year-old. But anyways, let's go through the next pack. I'll open these 5 packs. There's some more stuff in here. I won't necessarily open everything. We have Quinlan Voss over here. Oh, Quinlan, interesting. We were just watching, what were we watching? We were watching, I think it's Quinlan Voss. Is that who I'm thinking of? I believe so. I have to double check. But we were just watching Obi-Wan episode 3 last night. I've watched the whole series, but I think it's episode 3, and they mentioned Quinlan at one point, and my kids were like, who's Quinlan? And they didn't really know, but that's because he's not actually in Obi-Wan. He's just mentioned loosely. But over here, Devastating Gunship, Coruscant Guard, Infantry of the 212th, Rylith Militia, Vanguard Droid Bomber, Droid Deployment, Droid Starfighter, Creative Thinking, ETA-2 Light Interceptor, Lux Bantari, Nameless Valor, and then Rune Hako over here, and Corner the Prey as our rare over here. And then we have Steadfast Senator as our uncommon foil. All right, 2 more packs to go. Is it 2 more? 2 more packs to go. 2 more packs. And then we'll see what we got. Yeah, I'm enjoying. My daughter actually, one thing I have not done yet with my daughter, but I will be doing, because I'm filming this right before Christmas and Hanukkah, and my daughter's gotten into Arcana heavily, but she's very open, like, barely any, if any, actual packs. So I got her a booster pack, a booster box, to see if she enjoys that part. We got a lot of cards, but the actually opening of packs is a different kind of experience that she hasn't had, and I think she'll enjoy. We have Padme Amidala over here as our card. We have this one is upside down. The Clone Trooper is an upside down token. That's interesting. Oh, because it's got, oh, interesting. Okay. Rylith Militia, Bold Weakened Commando, Infantry of the 212. Lots of duplicates here. Back Droid, Spider Droid, Heavy Persuader Tank, Political Pressure, B1 Security Team, Droid Cohort, Droid Deployment, Prisoner of War, Admiral Trench, Obi-Wan's Aether Sprite, and then Morgan Elsbeth over here. Morgan Elsbeth, who's she? Do I not know who she is? Is she the other person? Huh. I don't remember who she is. I'm wondering if she's the other person from Obi-Wan. I don't think so. And then we have Multi-Troop Transport as our foil common over here. Let's see. Let's cross our fingers for foil rare on this next pack. We're hoping for foil rare. Got 5 packs. That's about the odds you need for foil rare, I assume. Although I think the way I opened that is a little bit rough on the last card. So even if I got a foil rare, I think I nicked it a bit. We have Mace Windu over here. Oh my gosh, Mace Windu is great. We have the Nest, Drop-In, Droideka Security, Advanced Weakened Commando, B1 Attack Platform, Perilous Position. Oh my gosh. Republic ARC 170, Volunteer Soldier, Favorable Delegate, Phase 1 Clone Trooper, Bold Resistance, Wartime Profiteering, OC Sobek, and we have Roger, And then we have Outspoken Representative as our foil common for our last card. And that's what we have for the cards we got, which means now I'm going to go and show you the deck boxes. I'm not going to do much with the sleeves. I guess I'll show you the sleeves basically. But we have the custom sleeve backs if you want those, as well as generic sleeve backs in case you want those for Star Wars Unlimited. So you have different options for your sleeve backs depending on if you want to be more consistent across the board or using a specific character decks as well. That's what you have for that. And then lastly, let's see what we can do as well. Oh my gosh, these aren't going back in properly. They are. We'll get them in. All right, and we have our deck boxes over here, and then lastly we'll open the starter set and the pre-release. These give you again just a deck box for it, so I already have some of these from the first. But again, you have your theme deck boxes from General Grievous as well as Ahsoka over here on this particular box. The other one looks like it has Obi-Wan, but let's go ahead and show you some other stuff. I'll clean this up all later. We have our pre-release set over here, which just has, what do we have in our pre-release? We have some sets, we have some, looks like we have some booster packs, 2 pre-release promo cards, 19 counters, deck building guide. I'll show you the counters over here because I want to show you that part, but the decks I'm going to go ahead and save for my son to open those boosters. He did the last unboxings with me, but he's not to this one. So the counters in this, these are going to be some fairly like cheap counters. You can get more premium ones. I think I've shown the One Sharp Joe counters as well. So, you know, I'd show you his Primal, insert Primal token, but he's done Star Wars Unlimited sets as well. Then we have these, and you know, your deck box over here. Again, this is more of a intro deck box, and then we have some booster packs. This is more, just to give you a bit of a different stuff to dive into. Let's go ahead and put this back in, and then get you the last starter set. So 2-player starter set, this will give you enough to start off, as it says. We have Ahsoka versus Grievous over here, and that has the deck box that I already showed you. This gives you stuff to just dive into the universe. Again, I think it gives you some booster packs, if I'm not mistaken, but it gives you 2 preset decks, which is very helpful to anyone who wants to dive straight in without having to learn about deck building, which I often find is the best way to, well, play any deck building game until you know what you're doing. So over here, that means we got all this stuff. And then we got our 2 decks over here, which I'll loosely go through. We have 2 deck boxes. You know, again, these are more intro priced ones. We got some more tokens if you need those. Your rule set, your quick start rules. We also have 2 playmats. So if you don't have a nice playmat, you have these you can use for your general areas. I'll show you these. And we have our character on the back. And then as well as that, you have your actual areas, your ground units, your space units, your base and leader, resources, as well as general rules and things you'll need to reference on the bottom. So again, if you're diving through the rule for the first time, this can be fairly helpful. Let's go ahead and fold this down and then show you the decks briefly. But, ooh, do I want to open this? I'm going to open this. I'm just wary of, yeah, that opened easily enough. Okay. So you have your starter set, Grievous versus Ahsoka, which would be a fun pair up even just thematically. But so we have our General Grievous deck over here. So we have General Grievous, we have the Lair of Grievous, which I guess makes sense. We have our battle droids over here. And then we have, you know, Droid Starfighter, Droid Independent Senator, Obedient Vanguard. I love the theming of this, all droid based. Soulless One, B1 Security. This is a nice theme deck because you're playing with all these droids over here, which I enjoy. Battle Droid Escort, Magnar Wing Leader, Super Battle Droid. Oh my gosh, General's Guardian. This is a great deck to play with. The Hellfire Tank. This is really in pursuit. This is a fun deck. I want to play with this deck just because of the theming of it. When I first got into Magic the Gathering was my first game that I played. Let's put this in the actual deck box to keep it safe. When I first got into any form of TCG or whatnot, Magic the Gathering was my TCG that I got into. It's not one I play anymore, and I don't think I'm going to go back to it, but that was my intro to the genre. And I really, my favorite thing at the time to do was to specifically build theme decks, like an all-elf deck, or all, I can't remember the set, but there were the lions, what are they called, the Ajani, or whatever the name of the lion clan was. I would specifically build theme decks. I built boxes from various sets and whatnot, because I was like, that's what I want to do. I didn't want to build around, I mean, you have to build some color mechanics and all that, but my first intro to Magic the Gathering was specifically trying to go with theme over anything else, and then over time, I iterated and learned how to build an actual good deck, but that wasn't how I started. And my daughter's in a similar place with Volcana right now. She wants to build the theme decks because there's something fun about that. Although then sometimes you can have the best of both worlds. Sometimes you can have a theme deck that works well as a mechanical deck well. So for example, Disney, Mickey and his Magic Rooms in Lorcana, that's a deck that works very well together. And so I like the all droid system over here. We have Ahsoka, we have Tipoca City over here, and then we have, again, more battle droids to start off, which is not a great way to start us off over here. These are token units, I guess. Oh, we have clone troopers on the reverse side. Okay, that makes sense now. We have the 332nd Stalwart. Okay, she can be commanding the clones. Soldier of the 501st. Clone Heavy. Carson Guard. Again, this is fun. Echo. Oh, Echo. Echo's great. Phase 1 Clone Trooper. Admiral Yularen. Batch Brothers. Republic Arc. These are both good. Anakin Skywalker. You know, we have a good set of themed decks over here. Captain Rex. Oh, Tranquility. Ahsoka's Padawan Lightsaber. This honestly, I think if I give my son this deck, this is a good one to start off with. I think I want to brush up on the rules for Star Wars Unlimited and start playing another game, because it's been a while. I haven't played one game since, like, I want to say 3 months I haven't played a game, and I've only played it like 2 times. Anyways, that is what we have for our Star Wars Unlimited semi-unboxing over here of the various stuff. This is I believe, their 3rd set so far. I'm trying to remember if they're doing 3 sets a year or 4 sets a year. But this is their 3rd set, and it's doing incredibly well overall, being very well received. Again, I have not dived into it as much as I'd like. I've played it. I liked it. The only question for me, the big question is, what's my incentive to dive into it? Because with Lorcana, I was excited about it, but then I kind of just let it cool until my daughter got into it, and now we're in together because we're playing it together, so it's a fun thing to do. I can't justify spending money on this stuff on its own unless I have that level of, I don't know, someone else to be excited with. And so for Lorcana, it's Ricky, and with my son, we'll see. If he's into this, I am happy to dive into it. In any case, until next time, this has been your Board Game Upgrades and Deluxifications video. Until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.